Alright, YouTube, it's Mr. Mean coming at you tonight, this Tuesday, December 11th. It's actually just after 9 o'clock p.m. I'm recording this. This, of course, will go out to my Patreon viewers ASAP, and then everybody else will get it a week later. Probably next Monday when I'll set the time. I like to release videos on Monday, but my Patreon subscribers will get this tonight or tomorrow when I upload it. Some housekeeping out of the way, as always. Like and subscribe on YouTube. You can hit the bell up there in the upper right hand corner of the screen on YouTube, and it will notify you when I post a new video, so you don't have to miss out. And even better if you hit that like button and then tell all your friends. Also as a heads up, I run a Discord channel. I'll put a link. It's on my homepage, my YouTube channel page, Mr. Mean Speaks, John Polak, and you can join my Discord there. We're going to try running some games here real soon. We're just trying to get everything squared away and get everybody ready for that. And then, of course, Patreon. Again, Patreon subscribers get my videos 7 days earlier. And you don't have to wait, and there's varying levels of subscription. There's a $5 level all the way up to a $15 level. Trying to get some luminaries on the channel to do some interviews with and stuff like that, so stay tuned. I just started a new job. I'm in my second week, and it's going fantastic. My son is doing really well, and everything is going as good as possibly can be. The wife is good. The house is okay. The landlord sold it, which is fine because I didn't get along very well with him in the end. The new landlord seems to be a nice guy, and hopefully he's going to get some things fixed around here. Not that the place is falling apart, but there's some minor repairs need to be done, but neither here nor there. Tonight's video du jour, as you can see from the screen, is Esper Genesis. This is the basic rules. This is free, but I got a lot of good feedback on the vampire one that I put up, and those that are watching this on YouTube that are not Patreons will probably, the vampire one will be released by the time you get this, so you can go back and check last week's video, and you'll see my review of Vampire the Masquerade and everything I thought about that with the new 5th edition Vampire, because when you buy the book you get a PDF copy of the rules. Now Esper Genesis doesn't have that same thing, but what they do have is a free copy of the rules on their website that you can download, and that's what this is. So I thought what I would do is kind of go through the free copy. I do have the physical book here, and I'll go through it, and talk about it for a second before we jump into the PDF. The core book was just printed. This just came off a successful Kickstarter. It's made by Alligator Alley Entertainment, and let me see if I can say this guy's name right. Let's see, his name's not on the cover. This is, by the way, for 5th edition. So if you have Dungeons and Dragons, this is fully compatible. Rich Lescoufleur or Lescoufleur. I'm assuming it's French or Brazilian or something like that. But anyway, you can go online and check out. There's a couple of videos where he's doing some Let's Plays and stuff, and that's pretty cool. So far, I'm really liking what I see. I ordered this off of Amazon for I think it was $43 or something. It normally retails for $49.95. And I don't mind getting stuff from Amazon because I save a couple of bucks, but lately I've been getting miffed because this one is dinged up. Like it was dropped on this corner or whatever. And you guys that watch my channel for a while and know me, I'm very nitpicky about my books. I don't like to loan my books out. I don't like people writing on top of them. Like a lot of people take a sheet of paper or their character sheet and they'll write. That drives me nuts. Don't do that to my books. I pay good money for these. And I want to keep them in the best condition I can. This is a stitched, and it looks like a saddle sewn and glued binding. It seems to be holding up very well. I've only had it a couple of days. You can still hear it creaking. That's the glue breaking, but that's okay. That's what it's supposed to do. It helps hold it in. So the cover is awesome, as you can see. I will say I am impressed with the layout of the book. I'm just reading it. You can see my little bookmark right there. I'm only on page 38. I am reading it page by page. This is a whopping tome of, including character sheet and backsplash page, 303 pages roughly. And I gotta say, I'm impressed with it. Alligator Alley Games has put out a couple of other things, nothing super major that I'm aware of. And again, this is pretty much a single guy putting out a product that, was his passion. And if you listen to this guy talk about it, you can tell it's a passion. And to me, that means the world. That takes a lot of chutzpah, a lot of guts, a lot of cojones, whatever you want to call it, to put out product, in your own name, not working for someone like WotC or FASA or, anybody like that. And Fantasy Flight Games, where it's just a league of people. This is just a guy. Now, he had some help. Story writers Will Dole, Christopher Negline, editors Tracy Bovey and Christophe Gear. And then, a couple of people, interior illustrations, a lot of artists, too many to name. A bunch of illustrations. The galaxy map was made by Rich himself. Brian Dalrymple, for some reason, sounds familiar. I don't know why. But Studio 2 Publishing handled the publishing of this. So you can go to Studio 2 Games and you can purchase this off their website, which is awesome. It's got an ISBN number, so you can find it on Amazon if you want to look at it that way. But of course, you can just look it up by its name, Esper Genesis, and you'll find it. That's how I found it. I missed a Kickstarter on this, but evidently it had a successful Kickstarter. Like I said, you can go on their website, Alligator Alley Entertainment, and you can download Esper Genesis. If you do a Google search, you'll find it. It's easily findable. Sorry, it's a little late, and I'm still fighting a head cold. It's almost over with. I'm feeling much better. Yesterday I was hurting, but I'm feeling a lot better. I've managed to stay warm and keep myself bundled up. What can I say? You guys saw my review of Pathfinder's Starfinder. Thought it was awesome. Really like it. But again, it's Pathfinder and it falls in what we call Mathfinder. That's the running joke for Pathfinder. Or Paizo's games. They're called Mathfinder, and Starfinder's no different. I do like some of the concepts that Starfinder did and the changes that they made. And of course, Pathfinder 2.0, the fantasy side of it, the new version that'll be out after the first of the year, I think is pretty solid, and I'm definitely looking to picking up the core rulebook when that comes out. But that being said, I've been reading the character creation in Esper Genesis. They're going gangbusters too on the website. You can sign up for their core. They have a let's see if I can find it here. I closed it. I won't worry about it. Just go on their website. They're doing a Genesis core or something like that. Esper, I forgot what they're calling it. But it's basically organized play, and you can sign up as either a GM or a player or both, and they'll send you information on what conventions they're going to be at. And I signed up because this is one game that I think I really want to run. 5th edition is pretty easy to run, and the changes that they made in this to facilitate the game in a sci-fi setting, I think, are pretty spot on. The races, my God, the player character races are amazing. You have a wide variety, as well as humans, but you have a wide variety of aliens. I mean, and we're not talking space dwarves. We're talking aliens. And to me, that's just super cool. So let's scroll through the book here. Well, first, let me get it out of the way. The art, fantastic. Everybody knows one of my pet peeves is art that is not consistent. The art is pretty consistent in here. They do have several different artists, but they maintain a look and feel. Some of it's computer generated. Some of it is obviously you can tell it's done by different artists. And they nail it. It's really well done. And some of it's very dark and gritty, and some of it's very vibrant, and it really captures the feel of this game. And I'm very pleased with the art. I think Rich has done a great job because he's definitely maintained the look and feel of the game. It's not, I will say with Starfinder, there's a couple of the images where I feel like, oh, it's just fantasy in space. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because I gave Starfinder a very good review, and I stand by that review. I think Esper Genesis nails it for the hard sci-fi feel. It just doesn't feel like fantasy sci-fi to me. This feels like, Farscape, or, dare I say, Battlestar Galactica. It's hard sci-fi. It seems to make sense. The history that he winds up with is pretty solid, and he makes a good job. So as far as the art and the layout of the book, I really like it. It's very consistent. The colors are not hard on the eyes. The font is easy to read. He didn't go with any kind of silly super sci-fi font. Each chapter and each race is broken up with a piece of fiction. Most of it written by Rich himself, but some of it's written by others, and it's really well done. I mean, you definitely get a feel for the section that you're reading, and it's just little brief pieces of fiction. It's nothing, it's nothing amazing, but it's I almost feel like he took a page from Catalyst Games Shadowrun, the new 5th edition Shadowrun. And the 20th anniversary edition of Shadowrun had each chapter broken up with some fiction, and some of them were several pages. It was really well done. I mean, you read that fiction and you really got drawn into the world, and you felt like when you were done, you knew a lot more than you did when you started. And I kind of feel that way with Esper Genesis. At the end of each race section for your player characters, it gives a short piece of fiction. You kind of get an idea of what those races are kind of about. I mean, it's nothing earth-shattering or anything, but it's just well written, and it's just nice. It feels good. It makes you feel in tune with the game, and I like that. And like I said, the art and the layout, the composition of the pages is really well done. So I don't know if Rich did it himself or if he went to some sort of layout company or whatever, but it's very well done. I love the cover. It's a big space beast, and they're fighting it, and it's just neat. Now this cover right here is just the basic rules. This is 163 pages, so obviously there's a lot less art, there's a lot less fluff in here. This is just to get you going. Download it if you want to give it a try, and you want to see the upcoming products. You can go to espergenesis.com, but the threats database is basically going to be their monster manual. If you join their Discord channel, they post every so many days, they post a new threat or monster or NPC with all the stats and everything, and the art. It's really cool. They've done a real good job. So if you're a big fan of Discord and you want to get in touch with the company, that's a good way to do it, and you can get a lot of good information. And then the Master Technician Guide is going to be fall of 2018. Well, we're already past that. And summer of 2018 for the threats database. Obviously, those are not here. They've already come and gone. So they've missed their release schedules, but I don't know of too many Kickstarters that do meet their schedules. Few and far between. The organized play community is going to be called Crucible Corps, and you can go to their website and you can find out more information there. Like I said, you can sign up to be a GM or a player or both. So that's the book. That's what my thoughts on the book. Already it's a win. Love the cover, love the art, love the layout. So then, I don't want you to go out and spend $50. If you're on the fence about 5th edition and it's not your cup of tea, or you're not sure this is something you're going to like, this primer right here is a freebie. You can download this off of DriveThruRPG. You can get it directly off their website as well. It is version 0.3. Like I said, this just came out of Kickstarter, so nothing is written in stone yet. But I did download version 0.2, and there are a couple of changes in it. This is, like I said, is the latest version. That's why I like the art. Storm Cook has done some of the art, so there you go. Here's our table contents and everything. Character sheet has changed, but they're doing it really good. There's not, like I said, a whole lot of art, but look, that's obviously computer generated art. I think it looks amazing. Stock sci-fi fantasy art there. It's just neat. It goes into your generating ability scores. It's traditional way. You can do the point buy method. You can do the, roll 4d6, remove the lowest, keep the highest 3. Or you can do a variation thereof. But it goes into it. And the same thing as in the book. It's laid out really well. Again, now this art, I contradict myself. I didn't see this art in the main book. It may very well be in there. That just screams, sci fantasy to me, and I don't particularly like it. I don't think it fits the theme of the art that's in the core book. This art may very well be in there. I just haven't seen it yet. That's obviously Storm Cook right there, I'm pretty sure, and that's amazing. I haven't seen any of this art in the book, but we go into humans. For our different races, the Kesh, that's pretty cool. I believe that picture is in the core book, but it's flipped. Another Prometheans, another race, really well done. I'm not overly impressed with this free copy. I understand what they're trying to do. That's cool art right there. I do like that. Class features, changeling. All this stuff. I think they'd have been better suited to give us what's in the actual book, and just keep it to the same page count, but just give us what's in that book. That's pretty freaky, neat looking. But this is enough to get you going. I think you're going to be slightly confused when you look at this and then you get the book, because it's a little different. Page layout and everything is different, and I don't know why that is. Obviously computer generated, but still cool looking art. What the hell is that? And I hope to God I never run into it. And why is she must not know what's behind her. That's all I can say. But this is an abridged version of the game. I don't know for sure if these are the exact same rules that are in the core book. I would have to guess that they are, but I have a funny feeling there's going to be some slight variances. And I gotta say, I am disappointed in this PDF. If they would have done what's in the core book, if they'd have done what's in here and taken the same page count and put it in this PDF, I think it would have been a lot better. That's just my opinion. I'm not liking what I'm seeing, but I'm telling you, I've gone through the character creation in the core book, and it does not look like what's in here. I haven't read this character creation in the beta rules or the free document, just because I knew I was going to get the core book, and that's what I wanted to go by. I didn't want to be confused or anything. But I love the art. If that's not evocative of space travel and a wormhole or a jump gate or whatever, it's pretty cool. The art's pretty solid in here. It's not the same quality of art that's in the book. I think the art in the book is much better, leaps and bounds. This is still good, don't get me wrong. I really dig that. That's pretty solid. That looks like one of the Bel Air, if I'm saying the name right, but they are creatures composed of pure energy, and they wear this containment suit, and you can't force the suit off of them. So this is pretty cool, and that's kind of what that looks like. It may not be. If Rich or somebody from the company sees it, watches the video, please, set me straight. That's cool art. And don't get me wrong, I'm not as impressed with this art as I am the art that's in the core book. So take that for what it's worth. You'll be pleasantly surprised when you pick up the core book and you see the stunning art that's in here. I think you'll be quite happy. The other little touch they did that I think was kind of a shout out to D&D is they give you the front display. Like WotC lately in all the 5th edition books has given you like little funny anecdotes for the pictures, like Xanathar's guide, so the goldfish wasn't harmed and please don't tell him, that kind of thing. They do the same thing in here and I hope they keep that up with the rest of the books. But yeah, some of the art's in there. I'm flipping through the core book now and I see a couple of the pages. The warrior art is just phenomenal. Let me switch over to the camera here so I can see what I'm showing you. But that looks super cool. I mean, that almost screams like 40K or StarCraft, but I really like it. So that's a very cool image that's in there. So I mean, just going through this, we're a little bit more than halfway. We're right at halfway through it. And it's pretty sharp. I mean, this is going to give you a feel for the game, let you figure out if this is something you want to play or not. I think if you're a 5th edition fan and you're just looking for a sci-fi setting, you could do a lot worse. I think this is pretty solid. I mean, that's cool. That's all kinds of visions that come up there. I mean, that's just crazy right there. I don't even know what the hell those are, but I don't want to run into one, much less 3. Expeditions, I mean, it goes into telling you. So there is everything in this version .3 that you'll need to play the game. Downtime activities, crafting, researching. I mean, that's solid. The order of combat. I mean, it's pretty much 5th edition. If you know how to play D&D, you pretty much know how to play this. There's going to be some terminology and some rules that are going to be slightly different, but for the most part, you're not. It's not going to be a high learning curve. Here's your actions in combat. Esper powers is basically your magic in D&D. It's just, this is a different form and how you use them. And all the player characters have some sort of Esper power because that's what makes them player characters. They're a cut above. So it's pretty cool that you get powers and abilities far beyond those of normal aliens. And the character creation is pretty solid. I haven't actually made a character, but I'm reading all the steps and I'm reading all the races right now. Like I said, I'm really digging, the races. That art is actually in the book. So I've seen a couple pictures that are actually, when I flipped the second time through the book, I found some of the art just neat. I mean, just, there's a freight. That's a nice looking ship. I don't care. And he says his inspiration is like, Farscape, Star Wars, Battlestar Galactica, everything, all the classic sci-fi, and you can see it, but yet it doesn't feel like a ripoff, and that's the cool part. I mean, you're feeling like I feel like you're getting something original, and that's what's fresh and exciting. And like I said, I'm happy I picked up the book. Here's all the different abilities, the Esper abilities, and just crazy stuff that you can do. So you could play this like a hard sci-fi cyberpunk type game, or you could, play it more like a Star Wars, space opera game. I think it kind of goes in between the lines of like a modern Star Trek and a modern Farscape. I think you can go either way. I would probably tend to run it like more of a Farscape, kind of that crazy sci-fi in a galaxy far, far away. But there's humans in the game, and it explains what happened to them. And then the Prometheans are like a level above humans, but they're still humans, but they're just genetically advanced and perceive themselves to be better from what I'm seeing so far. And I could be wrong because, like I said, I haven't read everything yet, but I'm really, really enjoying what I'm reading. Here's your appendix. We're 120 something pages in, monsters and threats. So everything you need to run the game is in this little pamphlet that you could print out, and you could you could run this with this. Spider bots. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. It's getting late here. It's 9:30. I'm usually in bed by now because right now my wife is in the hospital. Everything's okay, but she's in the hospital, and so I'm a single dad for the last week and a half now, and it's just kicking my butt. And when Norby goes to sleep, I'm not far behind him. But I wanted to rip this video out That's cool. I don't care what you're talking. That's cool. I don't know what it is. It's cool. Lots of monsters in here and things to work with. Definitely non-player characters. So, I mean, you're getting the basis. So if you're on the fence about this and you're not sure if Esper Genesis is going to be for you, I mean, aside from the glowing review of Mr. Mean saying 2 thumbs up and you should buy the book, download this off their website. And I'll put a link in the show notes, in the doobly-doo, as Matt Colville likes to say. And you guys can go check it out for yourselves. I mean, I think it's worth the $50. I bought it on Amazon, so I didn't pay the full $50. I got it for a little bit cheaper. And, of course, if you got Prime, it's 2 days shipping. So I ordered this. Okay. We could have chose a better image, guys. That's pretty there. But like I said, this is the preview. So, you know, they cut some corners. Character sheet has changed a little bit, but I think it's still doable. And then there's your OGL, and then quality art. They do Witch Hunter. Okay, so we have heard of them. And I don't know what Demon Bane is. I've never heard of it. It's obviously 5e compatible. And then coming in 2018 is something I don't even know. But yeah, I mean, that's, how awesome is that? That's just cool art, you know. So there you go, guys. That's just my thoughts and my ideas of what I think of Esper Genesis. It is definitely a buy. I give kudos to Rich for putting obviously his heart and soul in this. I think it reads that way. You can tell. I've seen a couple Let's Plays, and I've really enjoyed them. I'm in the middle of watching one right now. I think the guy's name is Ark or Arv, A-R-V. He's got like 16 or 17 episodes at about an hour to 2 hours each, which is pretty awesome. So I've got some viewing content, some stuff to watch. So I'm excited. I've been kind of letting it play while I drift off to sleep, and then I go back and, you know, kind of check it out from where I dozed off. But I mean, if you're a fan of 5th edition and you want a good sci-fi game or a space opera game, I think this is a good one. If you're not into Math Finder, or you don't dig the 3.5 or the updated, you know, rules. Hold on one second. Sorry, a little cough there. Give this a try. Like I said, this is a free download. Take you a couple minutes to download it, and you can try it and see if you like it. It might be worth your time. If you don't like it, put a note in the comments. Let me know below what you didn't like about it. Like I said, they've got an active Discord channel. You can definitely check it out there. Go on Discord, just look for Esper Genesis, and you shouldn't have a problem. I think if you go to their website, alligatoralley.entertainment.com, you can find it there too. So it's this day and age, everything's just a click away. And again, kudos to Rich and his team for putting out a super cool book. I mean, I kind of get the feeling that it was a solo effort with some help in the later stages. I think the brainchild is all Rich's, and when you listen to his interviews, I think that comes across, which is really cool. I like that. So from me to you, this holiday season, Mr. Mean says buy it. It's worth it, I think. Enjoy it, read it, love it, like it, live it. And let me know if you liked it. And as always, peace and hair grease. And remember, Mr. Mean says to be nice.